Hi, Mary Ellen here, and I'm here to talk to you to continue my series on mindset. And we're going to start talking about goals. And the first thing that I'm going to tell you to do is to stretch. Basically, people, and I know you probably have heard this before, but it's true, we set our goals too low. So we want to stretch. And I had the fortune when I was very young and started in skating to work with an international and Olympic level coach. And he was stretching me, and I didn't even realize it at the time because I was so new. I was a brand new skater. And basically, what he would do is he would teach me things that were two levels ahead. Jumps that, instead of keeping the order of the jumps that you should have learned them in, you start out with the first one and then jump ahead two levels. And that was stretching me, and I didn't even realize until later on when I got other coaches that I was being stretched, and it was good. And by doing that, then what happened was those other jumps came so easy, and I had learned to stretch myself all the time. So that's what you want to do. You want to stretch yourself. And I'll have to tell you, when I was doing that, I spent half the time basically falling down on my butt. And my coach, he would just laugh. He said, hey, that's where you belong. You want to learn this jump, you're working on it. That's the way it goes. And we saw that as good. So, when you're working your business and things aren't going exactly, really you are working towards achieving your goal, and you need to see that. You need to see that the process is fun. And I got to the point where, I'd fall down and I would laugh because, you knew the exhilaration that you were going to feel when that jump was landed. It was just exhilarating. So, when people say the nose don't bother you, they don't really bother me because I'll tell you, it's a lot less painful to hear a no than it is to constantly fall on your tush. The other thing that we were going to talk about is visualization, and this was something that the higher level skaters would use. As we start to move up the ranks and you start doing the double jumps, and especially when they're doing the triple jumps and things like that, as they start to use the mind and the visualization. And of course, as you get older, you can use that more. You have that power of concentration. Kids, they just kind of, the young ones, they want to go, 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 and that's a good thing. But and there have been actual studies done on this where they'll have competitors in all different kinds of fields, track, whatever, skating, it doesn't matter, you translate to any sport, and they go through and they actually visualize themselves doing it. And when they're doing that, the brain actually computes it as if that they actually are doing the live performance. The body's actually going through the actions. And so visualization is very important. I love to go to sleep at night and visualize exactly what it is, exactly where I want my team to be, exactly where I want to be in the company, what my goals are, and actually see myself there and already holding that title, already having that. And this is what you need to do. So you want to visualize. The third thing is, and that's another thing I was taught, from this wonderful coach that I had, is to act like a champion from day one. I remember, when you start competing, and it's pretty intimidating. I was just a little kid, out on this big ice surface by myself, and the music starts playing, and there's a stadium full of people, and you get out there, and if you fall down, you got to get back up, and you got to finish that routine. And we were taught, over and over and over again in practice, and to take the biggest curtsy and hold your head up and walk, talk, and act like a champion, no matter how you did. No matter how you did. And I passed that on to my students when I started coaching, and I utilized that in my life, to think that I already am a winner, and to already visualize that winning and that winning mindset. And so, this is the thing that you need to, if you're brand new in your company, if you're you haven't put the first recruit in, you haven't gotten your first customer yet, visualize them already there. You know that the company and the system works because you being in it yourself is proof that it's happening. And also, every single day around you, there are people doing it. When I take a look now at what the skaters are doing compared to what we did, and it's phenomenal, the change. What we considered to be challenging and difficult, because that was the standards that were set. Now the standards are so much higher that the kids just, they're doing those jumps that years ago, the Olympic champions weren't doing them. the triples were, just getting started with the women doing the triples. And now it's like, it's a competition of triples all over the place. So, standards change, and also, and that was another thing, I was in the Northeast region. It's a very competitive area for that particular sport. If we competed against kids that grew up in the South, they didn't do it as much. The rinks weren't as competitive. They weren't seeing the top levels. So, it's all mindset. Once again, plays a whole thing. It goes all back into the goals and the mindset and thinking like a champion. So the first thing is to set your goals higher. Be at that most competitive peak level. The second thing is to visualize it as if it already happened. And the third thing is to act as if it already happened. Remember, in your company, you already are the CEO. Okay? You're at the top level, and you are now building your organization. So those are the things. I really look forward to you coming to my website, which has got a lot more business tips and tools. www.maryellenpopkin.com. That's Mary, M-A-R-Y, Ellen, E-L-L-E-N, Popkin, P-O-P-K-I-N.com. Look forward to seeing you on the next video and talking some more about mindset.